This podcast is sponsored by...
Hi, I'd like to invite you down to the South Pines Mall on the south side of San Antonio. We've got a variety of portrait packages available for the kiddos and the young at heart. Come in your Sunday best for a real treat from old Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. God damn, I'll spike my punch again.
I hope to see you real soon.
Hello and welcome to a very special Christmas episode, episode 56 of Rigor Mortis Paranormal. Tonight's action-packed episode includes stories from the author Ben Longoria, The Boyd House Revisited by Jill Shelly, Serena, a young woman gets a visit from her dearly departed father, a psychic medium runs into a skinwalker, a rare sobering thought segment, and an even more rare Uber story. I am David. This is Robert, Jasmine, Kory, and Ian.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Ooh, child, that was a mouthful.
Yeah, no, she ain't done that in a long time. An Uber story, and dare I say, a sobering thought.
It truly is a miracle on what street you live on. Telling everybody doing the podcast.
My social security is. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, so good to be back.
Yeah, we're doing a little better this time. What's this, 2 months? So hey, we're getting better.
What is it, the Halloween one?
No, I guess Halloween was the last time. So yeah.
Yeah.
So someday we'll be able to release more than one in a month. Someday, maybe.
Yeah. You remember when we
now.
first started though? We were trying to do like every 2 weeks, I think, and
Yeah.
we were good for a little while because we had. I think we recorded a few episodes in advance or something like that.
You know what though? We kept it that style. Because remember, we were real cherries. We didn't want to pop no beers.
Yeah.
And we tried to keep it. If we kept going that style, I think we probably would be legitimate.
Yeah, we'd probably be making money, and we'd have sponsors.
Oh, but
Lone
fuck
Star
it,
would be our
man. We
sponsor.
couldn't be drinking, dude. And I don't know, man. That's
Yeah, I
just,
know.
Well,
we
hey,
can
you never
drink.
know. If we get a beer sponsor, I'm sure they'd love it.
Oh shit! I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe even like
Generic beer.
Capri Sun might sponsor it.
And we're here to tell you, even after 16 beers, you can still be telling your story.
I wouldn't want that.
Lone Star Light.
Yeah.
What's for breakfast?
Oh man. Awesome stories, man. And it was weird too. We got, believe it or not, we had a couple of phone calls. The last lady.
How? I'm just kidding.
the last story. She said she tried to call for like 3 days. Oh my god! And then she actually emailed us on like a bitch about it. What the fuck? We had to break it to her like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, but if you do it on this one, and I did tell her because as she did come through, she has an awesome story. I said, hey, we can get it on this one. You know, I felt so bad. Hey man, 3 days, man. Like those sons of bitches.
They said to call this number and they don't even answer.
I thought they wanted stories.
We had stories and we had some calls on that, but it wasn't frequently used. I don't think we ever explained how we lost it. It's like it wasn't frequently, air quotes. See that, Ian?
Air quotes, there we go.
It wasn't frequently used like in an everyday situation. So yeah, Google fuckers, they took it back.
Yeah,
so
they're like, hey, you're not gonna use
we're
it,
gonna get it to somebody that's really gonna use it. Yeah, some fucking ambulance company. Fuck that, man. No, I'm just kidding. Instead of calling 911, they're calling that. Who is it? Last one, 9666. 901 9666 or some shit like that. I can't remember.
8666.
86, yeah. Yeah, please don't dial that number. You'll probably get, Bertha's Bertha's bathhouse and bondage accessories or some bullshit like that. So yeah, that's
like
not us.
the poor person that has Zach's old number now and was in our group checks and was getting pictures of
my
poop
God.
and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I guess cash shit on the floor, so my mom took a picture of it and sent it to the group.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Zachary's old number's in there. And then finally the person was like, I don't know, was like, can y'all just take me out of this? I don't know who y'all are.
He did it on the toilet, didn't he?
No, he shit on the floor.
It was all over the floor.
Oh my god, yeah, somebody slipped through it, they were late for work. Gotta go, oh! Like, what is that doing there? Fucking flash, blamed on the dog. The dog looked at him, Well,
yeah, well, hopefully you guys have a good Christmas. We know we're enjoying this day.
oh, goodness, man. So many good. So good.
So good what?
The wine, man. The bad thing about wine
sangria.
and I think your dad could attest to this. I don't know if any of you guys can.
Hangovers?
The hangovers and the beer shits are the worst. It's an abnormal smell. Like it's like if somebody's burning raisins. Like it's just it's just like.
Have you smelled that?
No, that's why I said
Burnt raisins.
That's what I'm saying. It's like shit mixed with burnt raisins. Rob said it would smell something like this. It's just but
Although you'll catch a hint of patchouli, but I'm just kidding.
you know what though? The buzz is good though, man. It's an awesome buzz, man. I mean, wine buzzes are cool, man.
I was gonna ask, is getting drunk off of wine different? Like I've heard, like she's wine drunk, like it's a different type.
It's a mellow buzz.
It's a different type of.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I don't know. I think you can get drunk like beer drunk
blotto
if you
drunk.
drink enough. I mean, if you drink enough wine. But man, you talk about a nasty hangover.
it's not the same hangover. Honestly, the hangover is way worse. Man. Headaches are worse. The smell is worse. Yeah, like your breath smells like, like a homeless guy's ass, man. It smells bad. And then, oh my god, it's just you feel miserable the whole day, man. It's just like, but that's when you drink like a gallon,
a gallon
of Rhine wine. Oh lord, it's like I said, it's a decent buzz, but
We're drinking the wrong wines.
Yeah, but you gotta outweigh them, Kory. I like the buzz, but damn, I gotta put up with, and you do have to put up with that fucking hangover, man. Okay. So while I was doing sangria, a little bit of sangria, so hopefully I can fit a little bit more goodies in there, man. And I got tamales, David. Man, wine and tamales. Oh, forget it. Tamales coming out of the nales tomorrow are gonna smell like burnt raisins and tamales. Woo! Yes. As a matter of fact, guys,
we gotta start making our own candles.
Oh,
burnt raisins.
Fucking sensuous raisin by Robert Lee.
Homeless man's ass.
We gotta sell it. We gotta call it something cool, not homeless man's ass. Under the bridge. We gotta call it something better, man. But honestly, Mexicano friends out there, they'll attest to this also, man. Did I use a test? What was it? Waft was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Now it's a test. Well,
that's a word of the day.
A test. Okay. I don't know if you ever ran through this because it fucking sucked, man. I didn't understand what it was because I was caught off guard. Love tamales. Who don't? You have regular pork, then you have your chicken, and then your chile, and then your bean. They even have bean and oh my god, they have so many good tamales that come out. And this guy had said, hey, you know what? I got 7 fucking dozen, man. And he was bringing to 5 guys, man. He's like, we're gonna have a feast, and don't bring no lunch. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it's on now.
There you go.
So.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. So we bring. She's trying to get the festive music on right now. Find it, Jazz. You find it. So they threw them all out there, man. So I'm like, the first one I get, man, fucking jackpot chicken, man. And excuse you. He's trying to make it.
Scooting that shoe around.
So Man, like I like the chicken ones. I like the original ones too. So man, I'm tearing the scarf in those mother man. Barely taking the peel off the corn shuck.
Yeah.
Barely taking that off, man. I run into one, man, and I'm just like, man, I'm serious. Like my eyes are rolling back like a shark, man, and I'm just like gulping them down, hum, and then I hit this one, and nobody's hit that one. Why? Man, there's this a full fucking dozen of fucking tamales. Oh fuck y'all! I got this one. I didn't even, man. I just and that first one I bit, man, it was sweet. It tastes like coconuts, and I spit that fucker out quick. What the fuck, you know? And then the guy looks at me, ¿Por qué, Roberto? You know, why are you doing that? And I was like, dude, what is that? That's not right. It tastes like coconut. Oh, Roberto, it's the dulce. They're called dulce tamales. They're made with coconut and raisin. And trust me, yes, that's just like you. Look at Ian's face.
Corn.
Yeah. So you're digging in all that fucking salty shit, and then you run into that. Fuck no. But the old timers love that with cafecito. They wake up in the morning, eat that with coffee. Oh man, it's the shit. It's like donuts and coffee, man. I wish I could get into it. You ever tried that, Kory?
Really enough?
No, they've had them at work. I don't try it. Just the sound of it.
They're called dulce tamales.
I never.
And somebody's probably like, well, fuck you, asshole, man. We're not all fat asses that like salt. But I mean, it is true.
Sweet,
it is true. But like that's like when you're eating nothing but all that shit, and then you run into a fucking
that's true.
Tamale with fucking coconut and raisins.
No, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. But then when he started saying drinking it in the morning with coffee. That actually sounds okay.
But that's not even the right kind of sweet. Like raisins and coconut? Like that's
and then the texture with that flavor just doesn't feel right.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's more disgusting than anything. But like, yeah, I guess I can see that. Bless you. But that somebody that can dig that, I mean, it would have to be the old timers, man, because they put anything in their mouth. That's it. That's it right there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we're going to have problems with the LULAC tomorrow, man. Calling like this motherfucker making fun of us. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
He don't like dulce. I don't like it. Fuck it, man. I'll say it myself. I don't like dulce, what you call it. But
even pan dulce?
I do like that, but I mean, well, you know what? To be honest with you, I've never liked donuts or stuff like that before. And from the bakery and stuff like that. I don't know what it was, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and then I hated breakfast because I didn't even like eggs. I did like barbacoa, but we were lucky enough to get the all beef. We got the uros chicanos, sesos, ojos,
brains.
Fat. You got brains, eyes, fat. It's called regular. Hey, you're hungry, you're gonna eat it. Yeah. That ligament that you're trying to bite off and you're pulling out for like it looks like Laffy Taffy. Yep, that's what you ate.
It's just a big vein. It's just stretching that vein. This one's chewy.
And you're there for it, and then you finally pull it out. And like that one, it's not breaking apart. It's stuck in your cavity and shit.
You pulled it. It was like an inch. It was an inch when you started it, and you're just pulling it away, and you got like 14 inches long, and just like, okay, probably just give up on that one.
Yeah, you get 3 pounds, man, and like one of it is just shit. They throw in there. Let's put vein, nerves, and beak.
Go ahead, throw them eyeballs in there.
Yeah, sesos and ojos, man. That's what it was, man.
I don't know about that, man.
That's gross.
And then some of the all beef, man, that fat didn't taste right either.
Yeah.
I'm complaining now. But you know what? We're blessed, man. Our families are all here. We made it through the COVID. Riot's doing a little bit not too good today, but hopefully he's going to feel better in the mañana and open up all them presents that he's getting, and he'll feel better.
That makes any kid feel better, I'm sure.
Hell yeah, shit, yeah. What do you say, fellas?
Story one?
Skinwalker Ranch.
No. We'll do the White House.
That's cool. Yeah.
Hey, thanks guys for having me back on. Just a lot of different things still going on at the Boyd House since we last talked. One of the kind of the cool things we got is a old dollhouse that we actually did like an exact replica on the inside of the Boyd House, so it kind of looks exactly like that. Kind of got that creepy feel for it. But since we've gotten that, we've actually had the doors to the dollhouse open. It just actually happened last weekend. I was giving a tour, and then I was just actually about to talk about the doll door opening, and it just did it on its own, and then later did the bottom one as well. So that's something common that we've been starting to have happen. I think they like that dollhouse. We've been collecting a lot of more haunted objects, so I think we're just kind of just getting a lot more energy from that. One of the really strange ones that we got was a painting that a lady had given us. She didn't want it in her house anymore. Her husband and wife, or her husband and her, found this painting on the side of the road that looked just like the background with 3 red chairs and a tree that it was leaning up against. And it was like this weird, creepy picture of like this monkey in a chair with trees, and it's like inside of a creepy looking house. But then around the frame of the picture, there's like a story written around it, and she never read it for fear of summoning demons. But she always felt like something was always staring at her from the picture. And then her husband kind of became obsessed with this picture, and he hung it in his garage, and then ultimately he committed suicide in front of this picture. So she just wanted to get rid of it. So of course we took it, put it in the house. I don't know if we've had any extra generated activity, but we did running the spirit box that night, doing like an Estes method. Asked about the painting, and it said monkey, bad, evil, get rid of it. But we still have it at this point. So, but now we don't have any power to the room. Just for some reason, I haven't had an electrician out, but in that particular room where that painting is, the house no longer has power. It's just weird. Doesn't make any sense on that. And so we've had some interesting. A few people have gotten scratched, so I don't know if I attribute it to that, because we didn't have scratching at the house before. And then just recently, I was down there with my teammate Teresa, and she was on the floor in the parlor, and she was just kind of doing some stuff, getting some beer ready, and she looked up and she saw like a guy, or she didn't know if it was a guy, but just like a head peeking out, looking at her, like all like, but no facial features, almost just like a black mask, but a head, just kind of looking at her, just almost like she's not like curious, like what are you doing? And then she got up and she didn't see it after that. So yeah, that was kind of cool. But we continue to have a lot of other teams in, and they've been getting like a lot of REM pod hits, just a lot of good EVPs, audible voices. So just a lot of good stuff still happening over at the Boyd House. So if anyone wants to do an overnight investigation, you can either through Facebook, directly through Boyd House. Our website is stparanormal.com, or you can email us directly at boydhouse217@yahoo.com.
Okay, that story was freaky, pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. That was a good
but
story.
That was disgusting and more freaky or whatever Jazz had on that fucking video. What was that?
I don't know. Some girls are getting their nails done now, but they push the nail through the cuticle.
All
like
the way
all the way
underneath.
underneath the nail.
What does that do
I don't
to
even
it?
know. I don't know anything about nails, but I keep seeing it. I don't know why. I don't know what. I couldn't tell you. I wish I could. I don't know.
She took the nail off though, right?
Yeah, she was taking it out.
Oh my god.
So what? That's what I'm saying. It's all painted, and they're pushing it all the way up, and they're pulling it out and taking it out.
That's a torture method.
So then there's no nail no more. There's just
no,
that
they
nastiness.
leave it long too. Like, but I don't know why. I don't understand. I think they were just practicing it for. I don't know what that was. Gross.
Isn't like removing a person's nail a torture tactic?
Yeah.
Like
you get pliers and you pull them out with the pliers.
Why would they do that intentionally
I know.
to themselves? Is that what they're doing?
Well, they're putting a fake nail on top of the real one underneath the skin on
So
the
instead of
finger.
like getting, I don't know,
That
maybe
sounds
it's less
worse.
damaging.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That sounds more painful than the.
That's what I'm saying. Is that okay? Because I saw they pulled out a painted nail.
Yeah.
And it looked like somebody took their time on that nail. You know, it had a butterfly and shit like that. Why the fuck would you push it back up? Does it make it more glossy, Dave?
I have no idea.
That's nasty, man. Yeah, oh, gross, man. The pus look is in.
Oh god.
No, that's disgusting, man. Jeez,
The missing
Louise.
fingernail look.
Yeah, it's
sexy.
cheaper. You don't have to use no more nail polish. You just got to use peroxide. Glam perox. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Jill. Miss Jill Shelly. And we've been drinking. Yes, we have, because it's Christmas, and we're going to be drinking. Thank you so much for that.
I had a question.
Yes, sir.
About her story. The Skinwalker one.
Wait, we're not on that one.
We haven't done that one
I
yet.
thought that was her story.
No.
Hey, listen!
This one is Jill Shelly. Jill Shelly is from the Boy House. I'm going to leave that on there. No, honestly, man, she came with the heat on this one. I mean, we had apparitions. We had all kinds of goodies on it. What was a trip that really tripped me out is the painting.
Yeah.
That was. Did y'all think that was a haunted painting?
Something
Or maybe the
about
guy was obsessed with it, that he had to commit suicide.
Maybe he was mentally unwell.
Wait, maybe, so the painting had a hold on him? Like
It might have been.
maybe there was something, so maybe the painting was possessed before him, and that's why. Did I miss something in the story?
Everything. Did you say it was a Bob Ross painting?
No!
Got a little pretty tree over here. I'll put a little magical bush
No,
over here.
maybe the painting was already possessed, and that's why he committed suicide.
It could have been. Honestly, it could have been. Okay, because now they say that they have the that they have the picture hanging, but they have no power in that one room, and so, I mean, it that could cause we the energy that
okay, so the painting now, is possessed now, or they're saying it's haunted now.
we've heard that before though.
But is that's what's going on right here?
They're not really saying that, but kind of saying that, well, why was somebody so obsessed with this? And then now, because we run into this before, the little boy and girl crying. You remember that picture? Come on, guys, I know y'all know this one. The one on eBay.
Yes, you said, and the little boy, and then
They would come out and they would start,
picture,
beating up on the kids and stuff. Like
Yeah,
they run back to
the-
that. Come on, let's go.
The mom still made him sleep in the fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until they hung it in their room, and she slapped that fine ass that the mama had. Whack at it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Stop, hon!" And he's like, "Oh, wasn't me." And then she saw the little boy running in the fuck. That's it. They were burning it the next day on the fireplace.
Oh,
Why? Because she got slapped on the ass. The little kids got beat up and shit like that. Came down with black eyes and hair pulled out and shit.
Yep.
But mama got a little slap on the ass. That's it. Let's burn. We're burning that motherfucker.
Was this a story on our podcast?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Well, it was story we read on.
it is. I think.
Yes.
I don't even know we brought it up. We may not have. You never saw that one?
I
The two
don't
kids- it
recall.
does look kind of
No.
creepy, right? The kid's
know
got
that
like a
story.
Hector head. He's got that hammer head. It looks like somebody sewed a brick in his head. Like a Frankenstein, but he's got these mean looking eyes. And then it's weird because the little girl's holding, I believe she's holding a doll or something, but she looks real sad too. It's a creepy picture, and they have a history on it. It's weird. And the guy who painted it was actually
Bob Ross?
Bob Ross is awesome, man. This guy was kind of I don't know if he had a nervous break. You know what? This is what I hate drinking. Because when we drink, we don't remember our stories. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a little happy tree coming out of there once in a while with Bob Ross, but these are unhappy kids that slap you in the ass when you're asleep, so no. Wow, that's spicing it up a little, right?
You think they would slap your ass or just be like,
Yeah, they
nope.
just come run up to it. I'm about to. Oh Lord, have mercy, that's nasty. It's like, come on, I dare you. I was waiting for him naked, exposed. Come run after him. They're running the chingas, hauling ass to the picture. Anyway,
It's like what's that elf on the shelf? It's kind of like, oh, never mind. I don't know.
say you finish.
I don't even remember. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry.
No, on the show, man. But you know what, though, man? Those are so cool. And I was about to do something totally not right with the elf on the show. But man, come on, man. Yeah, my grandson would have seen that. He was like, oh!
Yeah, you're so heartbroken.
Yeah, he would have never forgave me for years, right? He's 27 years old. Remember when you put that elf on the shelf in your pants, Grandpa? I was like, vaguely. I don't remember yesterday, but I do remember. Yeah, I just not gonna say it.
That's when you start to. Oh yeah, Grandpa's getting what is it, Alzheimer's.
But oh my God! Thank you, Jill Shelly, for that. I don't know if we even discussed it a little bit. We did a little bit, but you know what? Though she did bring the heat and it's weird too because she only had a little portion of time that she did and she gave us actually a lot, but she really did bring the heat on this one. So thank you so much, Jill Shelly. We appreciate that.
It's the problem in the marriage bed that no one likes to talk about. Maybe that's why they call it silent but deadly. Well, now there's a real solution to a very real problem. Introducing the Better Marriage Blanket. On the outside, the Better Marriage Blanket looks and feels just like a soft, warm comforter. But on the inside, it contains a layer of activated carbon fabric, the same type of fabric used by the military to protect against chemical weapons. Flatulence molecules easily pass through the cotton shell and are harmlessly absorbed into the layer of carbon fabric. Even when used on top of bed sheets, offending molecules are absorbed before anyone knows they're there. So whether you or your spouse suffers from a health issue or just the occasional disagreeable meal, you owe it to your marriage to try the Better Marriage Blanket. It makes a great wedding gift or anniversary gift too. To order, call...
Is anybody here got to go to a, what do they call it? Not the private Santa. Is that what that's called?
Secret Santa?
There you go. Private Santa.
Private Santa sounds
That's
so
like-
bad.
Yeah, that's like a lap dance, right? Yeah, bring your knee pads. That's a disgusting one. Sorry,
Yeah.
Santa. Secret Santa. So what is that? That means that you have to...
You just exchange gifts, but secretly, I guess. I mean,
A private Santa. You know what that means.
I'm
You're going to get more than you bargained for, sir. Like, help me, Santa.
So gross.
Yeah, like, will Barry White be playing in the back? Yes, he will. We had one years back. This is when I was still out working with the school district.
A private Santa or a secret Santa?
No, both. It got wild. There was alcohol. No, they had like you had to pick a name, and then so you'd have to buy something. $20 was the limit. That was a lot. Shit.
Yeah, $20 was a lot
That
back
was a
then.
lot
We're doing
back
$20
then.
now.
Yeah.
Because, but they were everybody because they knew that they were going to get shit from their spouses or their kids. They weren't going to pay no fucking $20.
Right.
We do, but they didn't back then. You know, that's what I'm saying. So, so we were like, "Fuck, what's the best gift?" Right?
Was it when you were a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. That's a lot of money. I don't know. Okay, go keep going.
Maintenance lawyer. Oh, okay, and it was too. I'm talking, man. You're right, because it's like 03, something like that. And that's still big money back then. Big money, $20. Yeah. Anyway,
I know. We're so cheap.
everybody was easy. Everybody was easy. There were a bunch of winos I worked with. Fuck it, bottle. I want a bottle. I wanted a bottle. They got me tequila, you know.
Well, $20, yeah, you can get a bottle.
No, it was more like 15 or whatever, you know, whatever they put on the bottle, that's what, you know. So, you know, and everybody knew Jim Beam or Jack Daniels, you know, you were okay. And I told them I'm specific, I want fucking tequila, fucking asshole. But, you know, it wasn't that more expensive, it was the same shit. And then there was this one cheap ass bastard, right? I think everybody wound up giving something like that, you know, like a bottle, because we're all winos there. They're like 4 guys, so everybody got a wino except one guy. He got a lighter, right?
Lighter.
He got a lighter, and then the thing was, the guy that picked him, and he said, "Fuck, I knew it, man," because the guy was a cheap ass. He got fuck. I don't even spend on my wife $20, man. You think I'm gonna spend $20 on you? So this dumbass, first of all, he had this old lighter, and he put brass on it. He tried to clean it. So,
Oh my god, it was
Number
a
one.
used lighter. Okay.
number one bad thing. It still worked though. It still worked. He got the cotton in there, filled it up. The flint still worked. Everything. So
It was like a Zippo.
it was a World War II, and it had a Nazi sign on it.
Oh.
He gave it to this guy, and because he knew, and the guy just said, "Dude, I just like the movie Saving Private Ryan. I never said I was in." But the guy, he did kind of collect collector's item, but he wasn't a big guy at it. You know, he didn't know what he had.
Yeah.
But he did when he saw the lighter. He looked at it and he's like, "That's all right. Don't worry about it." You know. So he saw. What we saw, we looked at, "God damn, dude, you're a cheap motherfucker, dude. You just bought him. It's a lot of money and this and that."
Yeah.
So, the fucking the lighter,
It was worth money, I bet.
it was worth a lot of money. It was worth a lot of money. This was a rare whatchamacallit. And not only that, dude, this dude it was his dad's.
Oh.
It wasn't his. It was his dad's. The lighter belonged to his dad. That's how cheap this motherfucker was.
Dang.
So he gave him the lighter, and the guy looked at it and he was like, oh, "Well, it's all good, man." But the dude knew he had something there.
Yeah.
It
Kind
had
of play
like a-
dumb, right?
yeah,
Not
it
get too excited?
No, he didn't. He
Yeah.
just like, chingado. I knew I shouldn't have picked this dude. But like inside of him, he's like, dude, this is an old thing. It might be worth something. And it's weird because it didn't look like a regular lighter. It had like a stick on top where you. It's weird. I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
And so he said that he took it to go get appraised, man. Fuck, it was worth $300, man. That motherfucker went back and he's like, hey, dude. And he rubbed it into it, like, hey, just because you didn't want to give me a bottle or something like that. He goes, you know how much that shit was worth? He goes, how much, man? And then he told him, hey, dude, I got something like $260, right?
Oh,
What the fuck? He's like, nah, no te chingando. No te chingando. I go, dude, I'm serious. I got $260 for that. He was like, he looked at him like, chingabato, that was my dad's lighter.
Hey, then why'd you give it up?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, he said $20.
Dang. Yeah, you saved your $20.
What, did you think he was going to get it back? Or
No,
what?
because well, he knew he wasn't, but he was pissed the rest of the day.
Well, you know what? Real quick, we got. Well, this is not even a quick story, but it's funny because we just had the end of the season, fall season. So we coach. Of course, we coach machine pitch. So we coach like 6 to 8 year olds, and the.
Oh my god.
Continue, please.
Remember when we were pouring it into your belly button? That's what it sounded like.
I was in there for another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I love how we didn't even mention what that was. For all the audience knows, Rob was just peeing.
I was going to say, Robert, in the background.
Sitting down, peeing.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, I guess one of the parents was like, well, what kind of beer do y'all drink? We want to bring out beer. Or, of course, we're not going to turn down beer. Everybody was like, China, something. I was like, I'll just take Lone Star. She bought me a case of Lone Star. I thought it was cool, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
I could have picked anything, right?
Yeah, you picked
Lone
Lone Star.
No, but we got a dedication to Lone Star. That's the beer.
Yeah, ain't
of the
nothing
show.
wrong with that damn beer Lone Star. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
Well, that's why I picked it.
Sponsor us,
Please
Lone Star.
sponsor us. Yeah, because like when you're out in the clubs and stuff, you are kind of the asshole if you are looking for a dark beer and you're at a club and you have a dark beer. If you don't have a Lone Star or Pro in your hand or something like that, then you're like, hey, look at that little bitch over there. Let's go slam into him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends on
Like,
what. Yeah.
stop! I got my good shoes on, and trying to protect this $9 beer.
Don't go to a punk rock place and then go asking for a craft beer. It's like I don't know about that.
You're gonna finish you get most of the foam, right?
Yeah, you get foam, but the rest of it's gonna land on your shoes or like somebody's
You're
shoes.
gonna be crying big time, man. I was like, yeah, man. They see you with the Lone Star, they leave the fuck alone, man.
Yeah.
Like, cheers, my friend. But yeah,
Man, it's weird. I've tried beer a few times, and I found that the darker the beer, the more palatable it is for me. The less nauseous it makes me. Which is weird, because I've heard dark beer is supposed to be really bitter. But, I don't know, I actually kind of like it.
it is for some people it is acquired. It is acquired. It is acquired taste.
Yeah.
But like there are certain ones that they just last on your tongue a little bit longer, or like like you said, El Chingon. That's another one that just lays forever, like the bitterness. But like, and you even got a coat on your tongue where you have to kind of rinse your mouth and spit. Yeah, so that's gross. I know, but there are a lot of good. And El Chingon is good, but they have a lot of good ones out there. I was going somewhere with this one, man, because I really was. I was like trying to think of what you were talking about there, but to be honest with you, man, I mean, I still can't go back to like Bud Light and I mean, those are the bigger. I better not say that. We're gonna edit that. Yeah, those are the guys that pay the money, right?
No, well, that's what
delicious.
that's what we started drinking is Bud Light, and we would party with that. But now I can't do it no more. I think I swapped to Miller for a little bit and Coors. Miller gave me a bad hate. Miller High Life because it was cheap.
Oh, High Life.
They gave me a bad hate.
Not Miller Lite.
Miller Lite, yeah.
Miller Lite just made me pee a lot. It was good beer, but it just made the Coors. I never The golden is good.
Corona?
I don't like Corona. I
Really?
don't like.
Not even with the lime? The whole lime thing? I don't know.
Corona. I don't like Dos Equis.
Really?
No, seriously.
What's the most interesting man? The beer that he drinks.
Oh, that's an interesting man. Modelo.
I can drink almost anything.
Yeah. How about
I was like, huh?
Modelo's good, right?
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing I won't ever drink again that made me super sick was that Frio. Frio Light. It was almost free.
Yeah.
That beer was almost free, dude. It was
Why
like,
did they stop selling them?
I don't know. You might find it at HEB or something. That's where we got it. What was it, like a 24 pack for like $6?
Yeah,
It
was. As a door stopper. Door stopper.
Oh my god.
That shit, man. That's nasty, man.
Yeesh.
Poor guy.
I can't drink beer, man. Every time I have tried, it just either makes me nauseous or it makes me bloated. Like just like one beer, and I feel like I got bad gas. It's probably not. That's not interesting. That's not funny.
Well, that's just the thing too, man. Some of those beers, man, they go south on you in a hurry, man, and then the next morning you're just running to the toilet, man. And
Oh yeah.
I thank God that my COVID is still running with the smell, man. Because otherwise, man, I could be in there for a while, man. And I know Rachel just said,
You're
I was
like-
talking about you taking a shit, but yeah, it is true, man. I take a lot of shit, but like with the dark beer though, man. Sometimes those are like, those are those abnormal shits.
Your legs go numb, right?
Your legs fall asleep.
Every time lately, man, my legs been falling asleep, and I just feel like I'm gonna die.
You can't get up off the toilet. So you don't know how to make the situation better.
I'm like massaging my leg, slapping it, trying to
You gotta,
do
like,
anything.
pick it up over
tries to use the towel rack and fix that fucker up. Oh fuck, mom's gonna be mad.
Jesse.
It's a battle.
And it's not even a normal like shit sound like. It's just like.
And that's it.
How the fuck do you get shit under the seat, man?
That is gross.
On the back of your leg. Oh shit! I just took a bath. Anyway, that's nasty.
That's messed up.
Man, where we going with this one? But honestly, man, I mean, there's tortillas and I'm sorry, the tamales and whatever else. So we're gonna have Splash Town, USA. That's
Yeah, when's the last time any of us went to Splash Town?
Is it open? I think they're closing.
Closing down for
Closing
good.
down? I mean, it's not. Huh?
COVID really messed them up, yeah.
Man, that's about. I mean, it's not. It wasn't good, but it's nostalgic, you know.
It's
What
San
is
Antonio.
what is Splash Town, USA?
I don't
Well,
know what Splash Town
obviously-
USA is, but I know what Splash Town is.
Well,
Is it the same thing?
yeah.
Is it
Was
different?
it? Oh no, that was the old ones. Splash Town. Okay.
It is a splash town as far as I remember. Right.
Well, to the smart people, they already know what that is. I mean, they can kind of figure out. It's a water park here in San Antonio. We don't actually live that far from there. It's another business that's probably going to go under because of the COVID. But it was pretty good, too. That was
That's
all
a
park,
rough
too,
one.
man.
Man, I had that one sled. Still to this day, I've never tried it, and I guess I never
The
will.
orange one?
The orange one, dude, that scared me, man.
Is that the one that just shot straight down?
Straight down.
Straight down, man.
Oh,
That's
dude.
scary.
But I know you hung out when the fine mamacitas were there. It has all their bikinis buried, like, up their throat and straight up their hello. That would be that pervert. That would be that.
Yeah, he's all, and then they get up and it's a
You
man
guys
with long
just wait
hair.
For 5 seconds, Rob. That's where you go with
It's a
this.
man with long hair. He gets up.
That happened to a friend of mine in middle school.
Oh,
Like,
he
long
had a
hair.
sweet package.
No, he was like, him and I were walking in class, and this kid came up from behind. He's like, "Hey, yo, shorty, something like, what you doing?" Something to that effect. And he was like, "Looking hot, girl," or something like that. And he turned around and was like, "Oh God, never mind."
There's a guy.
It's like,
That's horrible, man.
man,
Look at that sweet. Oh, look at you, boy. Sorry. Like, nice
them
package. sir.
pecs, sweet pecs. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh man,
Did
but
you get a lift?
I can't believe that place is good. But like, I mean, that was probably a cesspool of fucking COVID.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Like, you got chlorine in there. It's like, man,
that's what I heard, but I don't know. I wouldn't trust that.
I just hated how it was literally like right on the side of the highway. This is just like where it was at. It was weird.
Because everywhere else you go down, to New Braunfels, they got nice scenery out there. A little better. Cedar Bond, yeah, they do. They have nicer scenery, but here we got fucking 35 north.
There's like wasn't there like a factory right next to, or some kind of like
I wouldn't doubt it.
Water plant type thing right next to it?
There's a Lucifer lighting station or something. I think they do lighting.
Let's go Lucifer lighting.
So they do
got tents out there now, man, with fucking
really?
the homeless fellas out there too, man.
Are they staying right there at Splashtown, or
they're a little further down? I don't know. They may take a bath there, man.
They're probably in that ditch. There is a ditch right there down the street.
Yeah, that's I don't know. They might be, man. I feel bad. We're always fucking with homeless fellas, but. Yeah, come on, man. You can't just take a bath. That's dirty water to begin with, man. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was.
They probably avoid it. They probably avoid it too.
The wave pool, yeah, they was like, you don't want to get in that water. The wave pool was warm. There were a lot of kids in there. It was like it was like green. Like the water wasn't like blue or like clear blue. Yeah. It was coming in like the waves of like, it had a salty taste to it too.
Gross. But yeah, with a business named Lucifer nearby, I'm not surprised that they're shutting down.
All right.
Well, it's been there for a while.
Like, are there satanic rituals going on there? Like, who would name their business Lucifer?
No, the guy's a Jehovah's Witness, man.
No way.
He's a Christian.
No way. Oh my god.
Well, we went way off here. Kat, you got anything to add?
No.
How about Kory?
Hey, how about any Christmas stories? Anybody got any Christmas stories from work?
No, but I started to work.
She started to work. That's her story.
Oh, nice.
For Christmas.
Actually, I do remember a Christmas party we had one time at this was when I used to sandblast and spray paint, and it was crazy. I didn't get it because it's nothing but men, because they have welders, and we used to make these big industrial tanks. And then we had our paint department and the sandblasting. And, man, the guys I worked with were just freaking crazy. But everybody, it was a Christmas party, but everybody, there was actual liquor and beer and everything during the workday through the whole day. I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy. It was like, Christmas, good God, Christmas. Big time, man, Christmas time. Man, I remember walking around with a cup with, Jack Daniels and Coke, man, and everybody just, And this is, regular work day, man. Next thing I remember was waking up in the morning, dude. And I was like, oh, shoot. It's like, what in the world happened, man? I don't know how I got home. I don't remember, I do remember standing on some tank or something, but I don't know what I was doing. Because nobody was working. Everybody's just walking around drinking. And I don't know what happened. Anyway,
oh my god,
I'm going nowhere with the story other than don't get drunk at work and
no, do get drunk at work.
Or do stage diving, right?
It's no, it was before you were even born. It was way.
That's the best time to get drunk. I'm just kidding.
It was Rico.
That's what it was you, cabrón. You.
That guy, yeah, he looked exactly like Pluto, except for he had one eye pointing in a different direction. He had a glass eye.
Because some guy murdered some other dude.
Man, yeah. Where I worked, yeah, man, Channel 5 showed up there and everything, and I'm in the background waving off.
I could tell we're always fucking drunk.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That guy they killed, man. Shoot, we went into work one morning, and this is kind of a long story. I'll try and cut it short, But yeah, we walked up to work in the morning. We'd get there at 6, and my boss, I felt bad for the guy. He would go drive around picking all of us up, the whole department. There was 5 of us, the spray painters and sandblasters, and not all of us, but I mean, he'd drive around and pick us up and stuff. Anyway, we went into work. We were there really early, and I was ahead. They were ahead of me, my boss, and some other people were ahead, the other workers. And I was walking, and I kicked some keys, and I'm like, oh, I picked him up. I was like, hey,
fingerprints.
I called him. I was like, hey, man, are these your keys? And I told my boss. He was like, no, because I got my keys right here. And I'm like, and the other guy's like, they're not mine. I don't have car keys,
Nobody else
has car keys. So I was like, he goes, here. He goes, let me see. And my boss is like, all right, let me see. I'll turn them in. Turns them in, and before you know it, it's the next day or something, hey, so-and-so's missing. He's the second in charge of the whole company. And turns out he
Continue, David.
No, continue, Rob, continue. We're good.
continue.
Just
Right?
drink it out of the bottle.
How is that?
That's
It's
right.
like-
Bottle, yeah.
That's such a small cup and it like
Good
pours forever.
Beverly and Naya style. Sorry, Jamie. Or
No, just
or
give out all the
Chocolates.
names. Sorry, Chocolates.
That son of a bitch. You were talking about me.
You can just beep some of it out, like only partial, like to where you can
James,
still
right?
understand.
James.
Me.
Yeah. Jamie.
Come on.
Okay, so what happened? Tell
Oh,
me.
anyway, so yeah, so we're walking around. So anyway, my boss picks up the keys. He turns them in. The next day, they're like, "Hey, so and so's missing. He's been missing, for a couple of days." Which was, I forgot his name, but he was like the second in charge of the whole company. And so a few more days go by, and then you got police detectives walking around asking, questioning people. And I was like, "Oh shoot, are they going to talk to me?" And they never talked to me, and I'm the one that found the keys. I was like, "All right, I'm glad though." Anyway, I was like, "I don't want any part of this," but they were interviewing a bunch of different people, like the detectives, and they're like, "Well, we think it's a black guy," is what we heard. Somebody is like, all the guys started gossiping, thinking, "Well, I heard there was a black guy." There's only 2 black guys that worked there. One of them was an old dude, super cool, man. He's
That
like,
went missing or that committed it?
No, that committed it. That
Okay.
committed the crime. I'm sorry. And the guy that went missing was an older white guy. Anyway, so there was only 2 black guys that worked there. One of them was like an old dude, man. He's like kind of like a hippie. "Hey, how's it going? How's it going, brother?" He used to do that all the time. Every time he went up, "How's it going, brother?" That was his first thing. That's all he'd tell you. And then the other guy was a younger guy. And anyway, so sure enough, man, before you know it, man, they're walking that guy out. Like, so they had all.
Jeez.
Turned out he had a shotgun in his locker there at work. Somebody snitched.
Did
on
you
him.
kill him at work?
So yeah,
The
the younger one, the younger black guy. So what happened was, and that's the other thing that a few days went by after the interview, and the guy that worked with me, that big Turnio dude, that he was a huge dude that looked like Pluto from Popeye. But he's like, hey, it was you, cabrón. I bet you it was you. He's like telling that black dude. He would tell him every day, like when you see him driving by in the park. Like, hey.
The guy was like,
He's like, "You're the one that killed so and so," and like laughing and joking. Like, dude. And sure enough, a few days later, and that's when it comes out on the news and everything, and and they show the guy in handcuffs or walking him away, and like he had a shotgun in the locker. We're like, dude, he could have killed you if he wanted to, man.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
So what
He killed all
happened?
y'all.
Yeah, but what happened was that guy who was second in charge, he went into work over the weekend, because this happened over the weekend. He went in over the weekend to borrow a company truck because he was moving to a new house. So when he went in, he apparently startled the guy. The guy was robbing. He was stealing some welders, and he caught him during the act of stealing. So the guy took the old guy that came in to
Keep
borrow
him
the
quiet.
truck.
Yeah.
Well, he put him. They said he put him in the truck. He must have tied him up or something, and he drove him out to some train tracks, and that's where they found his body, like some tracks about a mile away. And they said he shot him out there by the tracks,
Sad.
and they found his body there, and his keys were left there at work. So I was like, oh shoot. But it was kind of crazy, man. That was a crazy story. That place was a trip, man. I got paid like $3 an hour to sandblast, and we used to work like 24-hour shifts and stuff. Man, I hated it, man. It was horrible. It was a horrible job. I was like, man, they had those day laborers, man. Those guys, they probably making more than me, man. I hated that, dude. What do you say we get into Ben's story? Ben Longoria, the local infamous author. He's got some really good books.
Let's do it.
Okay, so if you head out to Whidbey Island, head out to Fort Casey. You can go there at night. From what I know, last time I went, you can go out at night. But it's a massive old naval fort, and all around it are these big concrete buildings, like bunkers, tunnels, old gun emplacements. They have houses too, from I guess the people that were stationed there. So they have these very old school houses from back in the day, and the building, we used to go out and explore the actual concrete bunkers and building where the munitions were stored and all of that little area. And not little, it's actually very large. So we would go through these tunnels, and one night we were there at night, and we're coming downstairs, and we had heard whispering for a good while walking through there, but we assumed it was other people, because other people, it's a campsite now, it's like a public park, so people camp out there, and and we thought people were just walking around at night. Well, when we were coming down, my wife at the time, she stopped me and said, get down. And we hunkered down at the end of the steps, and she pointed across the field about 50 meters away from us, and there was it was like three or four white hovering shapes, like the typical apparition that you see, with the sheets, but it looked like fog shaped like a person, and it was just a group of them moving around, and they would like phase in and out, and they were like at the base of this little hill, so we could see them. It was nighttime, it was dark, but you could see them clear as day, these white shapes just moving around, and we stood there for about 5 minutes watching this happen. These weird, twisting, white shapes just hovering around this hill. And then suddenly and then they took off. And we were just really, like, 50 meters is not far at all, so it was very close. And that we could see these human-shaped shapes just wisping around. And at first, while we were sitting there, we talked about it afterward. We had thought they were deer or something at first. But it had gone on so long, and by the time, our eyes had adjusted really well. So we saw exactly what we saw there, and I'm a skeptical person, and that's probably one of the most definitive things I've ever seen that makes me think ghosts possibly real was that moment. I was just like, I've seen that shape before, and it was insane. And the second story it's the Christmas story, because for Christmas, my parents got us Turok Rage Wars on N64. And me and my brother used to play that after we got that for Christmas. We used to stay up all into the morning playing that in our den. And our den was adjacent from the kitchen. So we were just hanging out in the den. We fell asleep at some point playing the game, turned the lights off. We're just sleeping I was sleeping on the floor next to my brother. We're both in front of this couch in the room, and we're just knocked out. The game's still running. And I hit that point of sleep where you think you're awake, or like you're dipping in. It's kind of that moment where your body kind of jerks and you kind of notice you feel yourself falling a bit. So I was halfway awake, halfway asleep, and I heard, and I was like, what was that? I heard it so loud, and it was in the kitchen, this loud banging. And it sounded like the cabinets, like somebody was like opening and slamming our cabinets in the kitchen very loudly. This is like 3 o'clock in the morning. My parents aren't awake. My brother's literally next to me asleep, and I hear and it was so loud it jarred me, and I was just sitting there in the darkness, and it stopped, and I was like, was that a dream? Was I already like starting a dream, and was that part of it? And then I hear my brother whisper right next to me. He goes, dude, did you hear that? I was like, no! I was like, no way, no. And I just whispered next to him, I go, yeah, man, I heard that. And he was like, what was it? And I was like, I don't know. And we're just kind of peeking over the couch, and we just got under those blankets we had, and we're like, you know what? Just go to bed, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It was so loud and so terrifying, and then just my brother sitting there in the dark affirming that loud banging had just happened. That's my other like really solid like what in God's name just happened at that moment, because it was so real. Even when I thought it was a dream, just like that moment, like, oh, okay, this is not at all real. It was, and to this day, this is one of those moments where like we knew our house was haunted. We had feelings our house was haunted. We would see shapes in the hallways. I would hear noises by my bedroom door. And my window, like someone was scratching to get in, and someone tapping. That's my dog. And yeah, and that was one of those moments where I was like, yeah, this house is definitely haunted, and I'm a skeptical person, but that made me really a believer. So those are my two big my two little holiday stories. And Turok was a great holiday Christmas gift from my parents, so thank you, Mom and Dad. And that's it. All right. Well, for all my horror readers out there, people who like reading scary stories, spooky stories, I've got 2 books, collections, 2 horror short story collections. The first one's American Monsters, and its sister book is The Forest Around the Hill. Same kind of idea. Different ranges of scary monsters, from ghosts, aliens to cosmic horror. So if you like that kind of stuff. And I'm also, just to let y'all know, I'm working on two new horror books. One called Lemuria, which has cavemen. So hopefully that'll come up in the next 2 years. And hopefully next year, the current project I'm working on the most is Book of the Bloody Kingfisher. And that's a Necronomicon-style book with a bunch of arts and stories about demons and spirit monsters and all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you like reading, if you like those kind of books that give you like little cool detailed things about monsters and creatures and stuff, I think that people will love this one. So that's the Bloody Kingfisher. That's the one I'm working on right now, and hopefully I'll have it released by late next year, around this time.
I saw him. How many people played that game, Turok, the Raging Butt Wars?
Turok Rage Wars for Nintendo 64. Oh, man. That was already... I was done playing video games by that time, I think.
The 64?
Which that's kind of
It
messed up.
sounds familiar. I don't know if I played it, though. It looks familiar, too, but I don't know. I don't remember if I played that.
I do remember Turok. I do remember hearing Turok,
Yeah.
but I just don't... I don't remember this specific
I remember the
game.
dinosaurs.
Fucking 64 was the shit, right?
Dinosaurs?
Yeah, that was Nintendo 64.
From Turok. I remember like a dinosaur or something.
Yeah.
But like seriously, like going through. Okay, I mean, yeah, you got all these badass games now. You got the PS5. Is it 5 now? I'm fucking
PS5.
old. And then whatever they have on, you got PS5, and then whatever
Xbox.
Xbox is
Something,
20.
the refrigerator.
Yeah,
Z-Box or...
but the shit back then was getting high and playing 360, man. Shit, some fucking Zelda. And, what was it?
That was 360.
360?
The 64. Nintendo 64.
But Turok was the game that they picked. All those games back then on the 64 was fucking awesome, man. Because like that was the state. I mean, I'm saying back then because it's nostalgic now, right? People that get into it now, especially like you see Zelda and stuff like that. Because man, back in the day, those were the shit, Zelda.
Man. You know what? Majora's Mask. I don't know if you know which one that is. John actually gave me that one when I was younger, and people back then, if they would like to get high and play games, I can imagine they would have like nightmares afterwards. This is a scary game. It's really weird for a Zelda game. It's really weird.
Which one was that one?
Majora's Mask.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played all of it, beaten all of it yet. But,
You were too scared to finish it?
no, I just I wasn't scared of it. I know a lot of people were.
Bits at a time. Just give me. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, what was the other one? Because everybody would play
GoldenEye.
Well, not even that. Even the Mario Brothers, man. People
Smash
get
Bros.
hooked up to that. Yeah, And now, it's a little bit. I mean, I gotta admit,
Pokemon
man,
Snap.
I wouldn't mind having a PlayStation, or one of those. Those look.
You know
I
what?
would
I'm
never
excited. Riot has. I'm sorry, I cut you off. We got Riot the Oculus for Christmas.
What is that?
Yo,
Yeah.
virtual reality.
What is that?
It's like you put it like a thing on your face.
Oh, you
and
was
see-
messing with those the last time.
Well,
man.
yeah, but this one,
But the Oculus is
Yeah.
that's like saying you're getting a Maserati.
well, I've been seeing a lot of videos
Of,
of kids like running
VR.
into shit because
Running into the TV
yeah,
and
those are girls. Yeah,
shit. Breaking
so.
the TVs.
Somebody use that sometimes. How's the pornography on there? That's pornography in
I'm
Spanish.
sure it'll happen at some point.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm surprised it hasn't.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, I know. Maybe it has. You just haven't heard
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
true.
Delete that feature on his. I don't know, but
It's like ultraboys.com. I was like, PJ Dad!
disgusting, Dad. They're gonna think you're a pedophile.
Player one,
Hey.
begin now.
So, like, we're on that topic because I was thinking when I was listening to the story, like, he heard banging. Like, how does he know it wasn't, like, his parent?
Oh!
And then I
Christmas
grew.
Eve!
Cover your ears, son.
Somebody has to pay for that Turok. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't even
Ben-
too bad.
Ben's gonna be like, dude, I ain't ever doing this again.
Okay, I don't know. I was just, maybe.
What the hell?
It could, man.
She wasn't saying that they were doing it nasty. Like, they were probably getting Christmas dinner ready.
Yeah, okay,
They're
dude.
chopping zucchini and
They could
shit.
have been wrapping
was
gifts
in
and
the
stuff, or like,
I was in the kitchen. Yeah, that's
true.
Y'all got dirty minds, man.
Well, that's like that commercial. You seen that commercial of the old man and the old lady? They were in the closet. And
Hey, son, and he's like, oh my god.
Yeah, the son looks at him like, what were y'all doing there? Because their clothes were all wrinkled. But really, they were just trying to, I don't know, they were getting the
Put up
clothes
a
or
box
something.
or something.
Dude, I saw. Did I bring this up? I didn't think I'd bring this up last time, but there was a display with a fucking Grinch on it. But this was like last year, and it was all the pistachios. And it had the Grinch and it said green and salty like my nuts. Oh. It was at Walmart, dude.
What?
Walmart. There was when the Grinch came out, the new
It was
Grinch.
pistachios.
It was pistachios, yeah. It said green
did
and
you say that
salty
already?
like my nuts.
I thought that was a fever dream.
It was real, man.
Wow.
And I saw someone post it again about it a while back, and they were like, "Man, to whoever gave the go ahead on putting this out, fucking props, man. My power to you. It's green and salty."
I'm gonna find that, but yeah, I gotta get
That is
awesome. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. You said Ben has a new book coming out too, or
Yeah, he's got all the same phone now, man. That guy
Nice,
is rocking
that
it,
is-
bro.
he
Not
is,
only
man.
that, his artwork is starting to fucking pick up, man. Have you seen his artwork?
No, I haven't actually.
Guys,
Well, no, I mean I remember he did some stuff on older books too.
yeah, he
before the one that.
something. I was looking at the book, the, and it was just meat and potatoes. That's what you need, and then
Yeah.
the way he made it, he got his point across by what he was looking for on his artwork. You know, so I mean, and coming from like hey, we got Kory at the table. He's an artist. I like to call myself an artist, but I just draw stick figures. But it's all good. No, but really, he does do. I guess it's just the way he explains things. While he's a good storyteller, and the way he explains things, it kind of fits into what he's drawing out. So man, props, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's way cool. Well, yeah, way to go, Ben. That's cool.
We
Way to
didn't mean
represent.
Good job, Ben.
Local SA legend.
We didn't mean nothing by the noise in the kitchen.
I
So
did.
just
Yes,
leave
I
it
did.
that.
I honestly think it could have been.
Anyway, what's the next story?
Hey, should we just jump right into the next one? How about
Let's
that,
get
man?
into the next one. Let's get next into that next bad boy.
Which is, let me find it real quick. Bada bing. Let's do the, how about Serena, who gets that visit from her dearly departed father?
Let's do that one.
This next story comes to us from Serena. Serena writes, "Hi guys, hope all is well. My name is Serena and I've been listening for a while now. I haven't told too many people this story just because I'm not sure they'd believe me and I'm not sure what to think. To preface this, I'm 26 now. This happened when I was about 9 or 10 years old. My dad had recently passed away due to an awful car accident, along with my grandpa. When they were coming home from work, they unfortunately passed away on impact. One night, not long after my dad passed, my great-grandmother was babysitting me. It started getting pretty late. We didn't think my mom was going to come back for me that night, so she let me sleep in her guest room. Both of the doors to the rooms stayed open just in case my mom came back. She could hear my mom knocking or the doorbell ringing. I started to get comfortable when all of a sudden my lamp on the nightshade next to me turned off by itself, then turned back on, and kept turning on and off and flickering. My grandma thought it was me playing with the lamp and yelled at me from her room to knock it off. I had to yell back saying it wasn't me. At the time I was really scared, and even more scared when she had said it's never done that before. I remember saying out loud, "Dad, if that's you, please stop. You're scaring me." And as soon as I said those words, the light stopped flickering, stopped turning on and off, and just stayed on. I didn't know what to think. And I still don't. I would really love to know what you guys think. I had other experiences when I was in high school, but those seem more evil. I'll have to email you another time with those stories. Hope you guys come out with more podcast episodes more frequently. Yeah, me too.
That's pretty crazy.
I like how we started laughing and then we just said nothing for a couple solid seconds.
Goodbye story, man.
Horrible.
Actually, it's a great story because
Yeah. Kind of heartwarming, I guess, but
I would be kind of tripped out too, man.
It'd be a crazy coincidence if it was just a coincidence, or if it really.
yeah.
You had the ghost at the wrong house. Oh, my bad. I was supposed to be next door. I'm so sorry.
Got the wrong
Con
address.
permiso. Yeah.
Wrong address, sorry.
Because that's scary, you know. She's saying,
Yeah,
I was scared,
okay.
Dad, please stop. And they did stop when she said that. So that sounds more like Dad coming back and just
Yeah,
like, hey, I just want to mess with you for a little bit. But everything's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
And
We're fine.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I agree with that.
You going to pay my light bill? You going to break this lamp?
Yeah, you're using up all the electricity now.
But that's what I'm saying is like, we've had so many of those heartwarming where they come back and you know, and I actually, when they were talking about this, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, wow, it is scary. You know, it is scary.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hey Dad, you are scaring me. And like he's like, damn. Well, I wasn't trying to scare you. I was just trying to. Oh, well, I'll stop. You know?
Yeah.
You know, we talk more about this story than.
I know,
Did
right?
she say that what happened again after that, or no? It was
No,
that was it.
That was it on that one.
Was that the story?
But that's what I'm.
What's that,
thinking.
Jess? What was your take on
My
it?
cousin had a story to tell.
A question.
A question to ask. I don't know.
But this was the story with the Skinwalker, right?
No.
I swear to God, I thought it was. I swear to God, I'm sorry.
We're just eagerly awaiting that one story, just so I could ask that question. We're cutting all this out anyways.
Well, that's on next
No, I think
episode.
we're gonna leave this one, man.
Did you say next episode?
Yeah, that story's on next episode.
Not cutting anything out.
Oh, that.
And the next one is good. The next one is good. That's a flavorful story, yeah. But let's get through this one first.
Yeah, You're right.
But you know what, though, man? Heartwarming, Jess. If I came and turned off the light and off and on to you, you know.
You'd probably be flushing the toilet.
No,
or
yeah,
something.
we would smell you before we.
Yeah, you paying the water, Dad? Are you paying the water? That's like 40 flushes in a row. And I'm like, yeah, that's my dad.
Dad,
for
can you
real.
keep it in your ass?
Yeah, like still has diarrhea in the afterlife. Huh?
You know, that would be one way, right? To let the kids know, like, something that you do all the
That's
time.
my
like,
dad's scent or something.
Yeah,
Or the smell.
burnt raisins. Dad's here.
My dad always had a way with farts.
You got the burnt raisins from? And I gotta give it up, man. It's because back in the day, that dude is like, dude, that smell was abnormal, man. It was like, that dude farted, it smelled like fucking burnt raisins. And I was like, what the fuck is burnt raisins?
It smells like dried
And it
prunes.
stayed with me for like over 30 years, man. I was like, man, that's a bad scent, man. I was like, who could think of this sweet but fucked up? That's the worst smell, right? Something that's sweet but smells like, oh my god, that's the worst smell in the world.
It's like burning hair, but
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah.
Right?
Like it's like, yeah, it's something you don't want to taste, man. Oh, I got it in my mouth now, man. Fuck.
Oh my God. Yep, that's happened before.
But I thank you so much for that, Serena. We joke around a lot because that's how we get along with this. And we get scared sometimes, but I guarantee you that was one of those friendly things that your dad was actually trying to just say, hey man, it's me, but you know, I'm so sorry for scaring you. But next time, man, give them a little big chance, man. Let them turn off them lights and off and on, right? You know,
There you go.
let them play with you for a little bit there. You know, hey, I don't get to turn these lights off and on once in a while. Upstairs in heaven, they got everything on. You know, you just think of it, it just turns on. You know, so I think.
Right.
But thank you, Serena, for that. Thank you so much. Where are we going from here?
Should we do the sobering thoughts, or is it too early? You want to do the?
Too early, too late?
No, man, that's actually a great time.
Let's do some sobering
I got
thoughts.
some questions for that one because I was hearing it and it just had me like I wanted to ask questions during when you were saying it.
When I was recording it
Yes, and I was like, well, just wait.
Just wait.
All right,
Jazzy, how do you introduce that one, Jazz?
Ian's Corner. Come on.
Oh, you took it from me.
Do it.
Ian's Corner.
Yeah, there we go. I did jazz hands too.
It's time for
For my topic today, I ultimately didn't end up doing too much research on it other than watching a video from a YouTube video channel called The Infographics Show. You'll understand why in a bit, and I'm not going to go into as much detail as they did. So if you want all the juicy details, I would suggest looking up their video on the subject. Now, to get things to clear the air right off the bat, I'm going to say that I'm 100% sure, or at least nearly 100% sure, that the Russian zombie experiment, as some people know it, never happened. And if it did, then it's not anything like what people think it was. Now, this is a quick recap. We may have spoken about this a little bit before on the show, but we never really did research on it, so that's why I wanted to do a little segment about it. And so this is, everything that I've come up with on the topic. Now, I'll start by summarizing the experiment itself. For starters, while we've called it the zombie experiment here on the show, I think it's more commonly known as the Russian sleep experiment. As the story goes, during World War II, countries on all sides of the war experimented with drugging their soldiers to allow them to operate at higher levels for longer periods of time. The Germans, for example, used some type of methamphetamine, while the Americans and British used a drug that, in essence, was just speed. In the story, the Russians created a stimulant they believed would allow their soldiers to safely stay up for longer than any of the drugs the other countries were using. And they decided to test it in gas form on 5 prisoners with the promise that if any of them lasted 30 days, they'd get their freedom. For the first 3 days, everything seemed fine, and there were no negative signs. On the 4th day, they started discussing war and experiences that they had during war, and things started getting a little weird on the 5th day when they started showing signs of psychosis and began talking to themselves and things that weren't there. On day 9, one of the subjects started screaming, and screamed so much that after a few hours his vocal cords were torn. After a few more days, everything in the room was silent, and the men were nowhere to be seen. With no other choice but to check on the safety of the subjects, the scientists said on the room's speaker system that they were going to go into the room. They instructed the test subjects to step away from the door and said that complying with the orders would allow one of them to be free immediately. The subjects responded that they didn't want to be free anymore. Confused, the scientists stopped pumping gas into the room and allowed fresh air to fill the room. Then the men started screaming and begging for more gas again. This all happened on day 15. And when they opened the doors, they saw the men sitting there with their skin and muscles torn from their chest, and some internal organs ripped out and laying out in front of the men they came from. Evidence pointed to the wounds being self-inflicted, and the men had all intentions of eating their own organs. There's more details, but for the purpose of what we're talking about today, that's enough. Without even talking about the specifics of the story itself, anyone who has read the original story should be able to tell exactly what it is. It's a creepypasta, with horrible grammar and a story that contradicts itself or has a conflicting series of events multiple times. By all accounts, from the presentation of the story alone, it can be said to be fake. Not to mention the fact that the place it originally was uploaded to was a website known for creepypastas. According to the site Know Your Meme, which tries to track the source and spread of any major internet memes, and based on the sleep experiment's presence on the site, internet myths as well, the Russian sleep experiment story was first posted to the RIP 747 WordPress blog on October 8th, 2009. And then was later on spread through the Creepypasta wiki, which, yes, there is a wiki for creepypastas if you're curious. Back to the plausibility of the story itself, there's absolutely no way a gas exists that allows people to rip out their own vital organs without first bleeding out or dying of shock. And you can bet there'd be terrorist organizations or countries that take advantage of a gas like that as a weapon. Not to mention the fact that there's no recorded history of a drug like this or anything with these side effects existing. Of course, there is always the possibility that we've all been gaslit by the world's governments, with them bearing any and all evidence that exists, but I think that's a little implausible with the intensity of this gas. The closest thing that naturally exists to something like this is called Morvin's syndrome, which causes severe delirium and bad insomnia, which makes sufferers enter into a dreamlike state where they have microsleeps. But no one with this syndrome has ever eaten themselves. As an aside, for those of you who don't know, creepypastas are cheesy, fake, occasionally creepy stories spread on the internet as if they were true stories. Kind of think of like bonfire stories that you tell. One I remember learning about a long time ago, I think I was back in middle school, was a story of Pokemon Black, which was a supposedly haunted version of the first generation of Pokemon games, where when your Pokemon lose in battle, they actually die, and when you run out of Pokemon, you get trapped in the game and die yourself. That's the end of the sleep experiment segment. I do have, however, a little bit more, since this ended up being fake. I thought I'd discuss some other sleep-related experiments, which are fact, and have definitely happened. So we'll start off by discussing one of the most famous sleep deprivation case studies. In 1964, a 17-year-old boy named Randy Gardner set a record by staying awake for 11 days and 25 minutes. His experiment was well documented, with a sleep researcher and lieutenant commander from the Navy's Neurological Center monitoring his health. By day 2, Randy struggled with recognizing objects by touch. Day 3 saw him experiencing extreme mood swings. On day 4, he began having hallucinations, which started with him mistaking a street sign for a person, and later turned into him believing he was a famous football star. His hallucinations became worse on day 5, with him claiming to see a path through a quiet forest despite being indoors as he saw it. Fast forward to day 10, and he began experiencing auditory hallucinations as well. One example of which was that of a radio host trying to embarrass him on air. Randy's experience matches that of desk jockey Peter Tripp, who underwent a 200-hour sleepless marathon for charity. His hallucinations included seeing spots on his table as spiders, who he later complained about spinning webs on his shoes. On day 8, when a neurologist came to examine him at the end of the marathon, Peter mistook him for an undertaker who came to bury him alive and ran out of the booth half naked and screaming. Generally speaking, experiments like this and others show many common traits and symptoms of sleep deprivation, such as pulsating walls, shadow people, movement in peripheral vision, strange occurrences like cars floating, and paranoia. In short, anyone who experiences 4 or more days of sleeplessness essentially experiences symptoms that closely mirror that of psychosis. All that being said, there have been no experiments pushing people to stay awake for weeks on end, especially not the length of 30 days that the Russian sleep experiment supposedly tried. Since rules and regulations are more lax for lab rats, however, we do have some idea of what might happen for prolonged periods of sleeplessness. The Department of Psychiatry of the University of Chicago conducted an experiment in 1989 in which it subjected 10 rats to total sleep deprivation. By day 11, they began dying, and by day 32, they were all dead. Strangely enough, there was no anatomical apparent cause of death. They had some theories that it may have been a severe drop in body temperature, a buildup of bacteria that seeped out of the intestines into the rest of the body, brain damage, or even stress. That being said, we don't know for sure exactly what happened to them, and we don't know exactly what would happen to us, but it does seem plausible from this that we'd die. And with that, that's the end of my segment, and I don't know, what do you guys think of all that?
So,
I love your story, man.
man, that's crazy. That's some crazy shit. But like, okay,
yeah, the Skinwalkers, right? Right, this is what we're talking
No,
about?
this is your story. Ian.
This one's yours.
Oh.
This is your segment.
Again.
I'm like half asleep. Okay. Yeah, that story.
Skinwalkers are cannibals, man.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Hey, I always thought it was crazy. Like, so that guy did the experiment on the kid.
Yeah, he was a 17-year-old
That's so
Surgeon
weird,
General,
like-
whatever business,
Who
neurological.
allowed that shit,
Oh,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
This
He
was
was
like
like
the
not
80s.
under like any
Or 80s.
supervision. He just did it himself. Right?
No, he didn't do it himself. If you're paying attention to the story, Jazz.
Sorry, I got sick in the other room.
No, there was like some sort of. There were two officials there. One of them was like a neurologist, and the other one was with the Navy. I don't have some position,
okay.
and they were monitoring him at all times.
How old was that kid?
He was 17.
So
17.
who gets that authority to do that? Like, hey, 17-year-old kid, you want to
The
make
Skinwalkers.
$5?
So I feel like he said it was like in the 60s, so
60s,
nobody
70s,
really
80s.
gave a shit about their
Maybe it was
kids.
the Navy. something
Like you didn't
that.
need permission back
During
then,
that
right?
time frame, it was good
Like
for
now,
real
if it was
kids.
now, the parents would have fucking
hell
sued you,
no.
sued
Right.
him, sued yeah.
Oh,
Everybody
no,
would
even
be
if the
good
parents allowed it, there'd be other parents like sending
Yeah.
death
Suing,
threats.
they will be suing what? He ain't my kid, but
Like
I'm
that
suing.
Nirvana kid that's trying to sue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, poor guy. He thought it was what do you think it was?
No, the Nirvana
on the
kid
front
that
cover,
was swimming
A
naked.
Skinwalker.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Didn't he was all cool when he was a baby, but now what's up now? He was a baby.
Why'd you put my wiener out there?
he's got a kid.
Yeah, they tried to do it like a child porn thing, man.
Yeah, but okay,
well,
but
that's maybe not.
But my
No,
wiener was up.
okay.
If he did it now, that would be, come on, that would.
but
be,
he needs to sue his fucking parents,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
nobody.
for allowing
That's
it.
the wrong people.
But
Man.
he did. He milked it. He tried to do a reshoot when he was like,
The dude's probably a
Yeah.
janitor too, like me.
Tried to do a reshoot when he was
yeah,
like 30.
when he was older. He tried to do a reshoot.
Swimming at this jumping.
See, the problem was it was the same size. That's why he's mad
That's why
now.
I'm pissed off.
Pissed off.
You exposed me.
So I wonder, like, after them guys, if they just went to sleep, if there were no more delusions, they're just fine after that. After
Yeah,
they got their
I would-
sleep back.
I mean, it probably would take. I mean, I think after like,
back on
at
track
least a
or
little
something.
bit of sleep, the worst of the symptoms would be calmed down.
Or like-
$1,100, or how do you stay
Was it
up?
$1,100?
Right, like when the kids are starving and then they
I
have to
stay
feed
up
them
more than,
little by
like, a day
little.
and a
So,
half, 2 days.
you know what I mean? So they
I
can't
tried
no
one
overfeed.
time.
No, I have something.
Go ahead,
So
go ahead,
like
yes.
when kids, when you have starving kids, and then what is it, kids or dogs? I don't know, but you basically can't feed them all. You have to feed them in small doses.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is that like the same thing with the
Oh,
sleep?
like a
Well, I
thirsty
feel
guy?
like-
Like when they try to drink, they'll try to drink and then they just kind of squeeze a napkin into your mouth.
Oh, I don't know. I think we're talking about
I've been out there
different
34 days without water and you're trying
Water.
to squeeze. Come on, how the fuck does that
That's
work,
water.
right?
'Cause you could literally drown if you drink too much water in one sitting.
Yeah, but so
But
okay,
come
so
on,
say
some motherfucker there
I'm-
just squeezing a
never mind.
napkin in your mouth. Come on, just take it like a man, and we'll give you more water. But just this is all you can take right now. And like your skin, you look like a raisin to begin with. You're like, bitch,
Burning raisin.
look at me. I smell like a burnt raisin.
You look and smell like a burnt raisin.
How do you do that though, man? That's crazy. But to stay up that late and then
So what you're saying is, like, would they have to take naps, or can they just get it all back at once?
yeah,
and
like
sleep?
they would
Yeah.
have to like slowly. I don't know. It doesn't even
It was
matter.
200
That
hours.
would,
I don't know where we got 1,100 from.
$200.
that's
That's
not
still a
saying
lot.
$1,100, man. Some guy was up a month.
Yeah.
That gotta
I'm
take
tired
some
thinking
fucking
about
bet.
it.
I know. I tried one time to. I don't remember what happened.
Stay
I
up overnight.
No, I pulled it all nighter a couple times. That
One
But-
time, I stayed up past 3.
no, I tried to pull 2 all-nighters in a row one time, and
Why, man?
I forget. I was like, I really had this project I wanted to like just be done with, and I didn't want to deal with anymore. So I'm like, I'm just gonna knock it all out in one go. I'm gonna stay up, and I'm gonna only work on it. I'm gonna do nothing but that project until I'm done.
And did you notice that
I
after
did
you
the
fell
all-nighter.
asleep?
Huh?
You notice after you fell asleep and you came back the next day in the morning, everything made sense.
No. I pulled an all-nighter and I was working on it, but I think at a certain point, like I literally, one of the symptoms I talked about was like people saw like pulsating walls. I started experiencing that, and I'm like, no, I'm done. Like I felt like ants crawling on me. Not really, but like my skin was crawling, and I'm like, I can't keep staying up. So I pulled one
Were you
all-nighter.
drinking caffeine or anything?
caffeine doesn't do anything for me. I think I said this on the show before, but I mean,
I'm telling you, bro.
I literally once I was like super tired, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just try coffee. And I was like, coffee. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm like, give me 4 espresso shots. And like, do you know what espresso shots are? I'm like, yes, give me them. I need them. And I drank that. I put tons of sugar in there. I drank it. I chugged it. Mind you. You know what happened to me? I had to use the restroom. That's the only thing I felt. I just like had
I
to.
was like, sir, you know, there's a coke dealer down the street.
With his fucking shitty hat on his head.
Didn't do anything.
Sir, you know what this bitch, just give them to me. I'm fucking sleepy, you motherfucker.
It didn't do
like,
anything.
oh, you don't need for those kind of languages.
The only thing that's ever.
And then you just chugged them right there, right?
And
I fuck you, boss. I'm gonna drink it right now. I gotta go back and finish my homework, motherfucker. Fuck you.
It didn't do
Give
anything.
me one for the road.
The only thing that's ever done anything for me is 5-hour energy, and it like lasted 5 minutes. That was
That's what I'm saying, man. Because that's a long time. 2 days, man. I couldn't.
Yeah,
Fuck man. I could barely stay awake, you know. And I wake up early, man, and I like my
He's
sleep.
falling asleep right now.
I've been dazed.
Yeah, I'm drinking and that, but I like to fight my sleep. I don't know why. It's just so stupid, man.
We should finally get to the Skinwalker story for Ian.
No, you were saying like, what if we didn't take a nap or something?
Oh, we never had to sleep. Get a lot more shit done.
That'd be awesome, but also I like
Man, your
sleep.
bosses would be fucking on your ass, man. No
Oh,
OT.
God.
There's no such thing as OT. You can stay awake all your life, so come on, get your ass in here.
It wouldn't be all the roses and sunshine and everything.
You'd be pissed off, man, because I mean, man, I can't. I wake up grouchy too because I'm tired, man. But like, man, how'd you say 1,100 hours? There's no
200.
Well, even that, man, 200 hours. How much is that?
It's a lot of days.
Divided by 48.
24, right?
I'm just kidding. It was like 48 hours in a day, right? Just
About 8 days. About 8 days.
How the fuck did somebody stay up 9 days?
10, 12, I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. Don't know how did somebody stay up 9 days, man? Somebody's touching their balls. I was like, I'm gonna touch them with my cold hands. I was like, you do that. Do it one time. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna wait. 9 more hours for me. That's some bullshit, man. I'm not gonna stay up no fucking hours. You can put your hand in my ass, man. Fist my ass. I'm asleep. After the second day, man, I'll be getting a fist, you know. Like, man, I just first gym. I was like, my asshole is like the size of.
I think they said they use like speed and meth, Rob.
Rob.
I think they use like speed and meth. I don't think they fisted it. So.
Well, even if, okay, that is true. Like I said, like you did.
I don't think they did all that.
Right,
Yeah.
it's like, so you get this urge not to brush your teeth. That's fine. You know, your teeth start falling out, and you get this face that looks like a burnt raisin. And then you start. You're in the corner dancing to fucking 50 cents, man. I don't know, man. You seen that shit? The fucking locals go out there, they smoke that meth, and they start dancing.
Man,
You're like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, yeah, I'm having a good time, man. I slept for 9 days.
One time I was at the bar. I don't know. I was at some shady ass bar. And I was with my friend. She was like, "Oh, one of our friends was like, you like to party?" I think I told this already. He was like, "You like to party?" I was like, "Yeah, I like to party." He was like, "Smoke this," and I thought it was like a vape thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Okay." I don't know. I was stupid then.
What the hell?
Anyways, and I was like, "Okay," and I put it. I was about to put it. He was like, You won't sleep for days. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I didn't do it. I was like, here, I don't want to party that much.
I like to party, but I like to sleep.
Dumb?
Too, so
Yeah.
you thinking like that? That's the first time I heard that, John.
Yeah, I know. A long time ago.
I should have never said that one. It was a long time ago. Way back when I was 9. What the heck, guys? We gotta talk about that later, man.
Oh, that's funny.
But ain't that crazy?
Yeah,
Who
that's
the
a
fuck
trip.
stays up 9 days?
Oh, that'd be horrible, man.
I mean,
That
the
sounds
17-year-old
bad.
was 11 days and 25 minutes.
That's 11 fucking days, man. Who the fuck stays up?
Is he okay now? I mean, was he okay afterwards?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
he's just
think.
sleepy.
I mean, yeah. So he experienced symptoms of psychosis, but I'm assuming he's fine.
Come on, if I'm gonna.
But I feel like that shit has like a lasting effect on people,
Yeah, I would
right?
think, like,
Yeah, because you were talking about a story a long time ago where they did a study. I think it was you. Where they did a study in college. Oh, so I don't know. I don't know.
there's another Ian's
It was Jared's.
Jared's side.
Jared's side.
Jerry Strange Mysteries. Yeah, I remember that one. Jared, he was here.
Well, I don't know, but basically they did like a study on them in college, and then it fucked them up, like where they lived in virtual reality.
I gotta
I
admit,
think it was a Smurfs episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
but I gotta admit, man, because seriously, once college kids get out of the high school, they become stupider. they become well, yeah, I'll try that, you know. And it's always in the name of like science or something, like, you know, we gotta see it.
I feel like it's probably because they offered to pay them, and they're like,
drink for 11 days. Yeah, hell yeah, try it. There's no way, man. If you get drunk in 11 hours, man, you're just like, fuck, I guess still sleep.
Oh, man.
But
I looked up what happened to Randy Gardner, the guy who stayed up for 11 days. He was
dead.
he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
no, well, he actually
for some reason, I got a leg.
He slept and he was fine.
How long did he sleep?
Okay, so he went to a naval hospital where his brainwaves were monitored. It doesn't say how long he slept, but it does say that he appeared to have fully recovered from his loss of sleep. There were sleep recordings taken 1, 6, and 10 weeks after the fact, and there was no noticeable differences in his brainwaves. So he seemed to have recovered. However, he did report experiencing serious insomnia decades after the experiment, but I don't know if they know that was related to it.
There's a correlation, yeah.
Yeah.
So they got to do it with somebody else now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
For some reason, I feel like that would have a long-term effect. Maybe not you
right?
said, not
Yeah,
right away,
right.
but you're
why
saying
not, man? Shit.
Psychologically or something, though, right?
Maybe he's gonna have what is it?
Psychotic break.
Where you forget everything. Right now,
Dementia,
I can't even remember the words. Dementia. Yeah.
Oh, dementia. I can see that.
He'll probably get it. He'll have early onset dementia or something. Or
Ian.
Yeah.
You came through, Ian. Ian, man, shit. I'm telling you.
I don't
last
know.
time we had Ian's corner. Ian's corner is not Ian's corner. It's sober and done.
I don't think
drunk like a motherfucker. I gotta tell you, I'm drunk. Man.
Yeah, I don't think it's. You're too drunk. Your power.
I'm talking about sleeping, man. I was like, I ain't staying awake no.
What do you have to stay sober for 11 days?
yeah. That'd be an experiment right there.
No shit, no barbacoa for
what happens
3
to the
days.
brain when it's sober for 11 days?
Yeah.
Does anybody
Salad
know?
for 3 days. I was like, that's an experiment on fat guys, right? Salad for 3 days. So it's just like, hey, you went to convulsions, then they started eating themselves. Started taking bites of their intestines were hanging out and they tasted
Oh man,
that's gross, man.
That's horrible.
Ian, awesome, brother.
Thank you.
Ian, awesome.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one, huh?
I think this is the one you were waiting for, brother.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is
this the one about vampires? Yes.
Zombies, Rob. Zombies.
Vampires.
Which one is this, Dave?
This is the one about the. Let's see about Chupacabra. Let's see. A psychic medium runs into a skinwalker.
Hey, this lady actually sent us a really cool picture. I think,
yes.
Yeah, from her closet, and I hope she. Well, I'm hoping she's cool with us announcing that. Man, creepy shit.
Yeah, but actually, when you first showed me the picture, I didn't get it right away until it was smaller. When I saw the picture as a thumbnail, I was like, "Oh, I see it." I saw it right away. But when I saw it bigger,
what was it?
I
What did I
didn't
miss?
realize it. But
I put the circle on it, and that just so you know.
Yeah, you did.
But it's just that's a. I mean, you know what? Thing about this show is because we're a damn podcast, but we get some awesome fucking We need to put the gallery update.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about it, man. And how many months has it been already? Like,
Yeah, I get more pictures, man, because
I know it's like
everybody out there is willing to show us what they're seeing too. I don't know if it is just to say that you need to believe what I'm seeing or what it is, and we're getting so many awesome pics, man. I mean, I feel like we should, call Slap Ham. Like,
show us your pics.
But you know what?
Yeah, let's listen to it.
All right. Ian's favorite.
Okay, this next story comes to us from Lily. Lily writes in, "Hello, my name is Lily. I'm from NC being North Carolina. And the story I'm about to tell, it's actually my daughter's. My daughter and I are sensitive, so we see stuff all the time." Okay, for y'all who don't know what a sensitive is, I'm still kind of half in and half out what that really truly means. I guess I have to speak to somebody who is one. The true definition, I always thought it was a sensitive who can pick up energy from a person or a place, that being whether it's good or bad or something terrible happened there. If they're spirits, they're normally the first ones to sense or pick up that there's a spirit there. I'm not too sure if they can communicate with them, but they have that power to hone in on their energy, and they can, definitely tell you if there's something there, whether it be bad, good, ghost, a bad ghost, a demon. They can pick up on maybe something tragic has happened there, maybe that feeling of something bad happened there. They just can pick up that energy. Not really sure if they can tell you exactly what happened, but they just have better sense on picking up on energy. Okay. Every house I've been in has been haunted. My house sits on Native American land here in North Carolina. We live near a river too. They say that water makes paranormal more stronger. Okay, I got home from work and I forgot my Apple Watch in my car. When she went outside, she felt like she was being watched. As soon as she turned around, she saw what she described as a skinwalker. It came charging towards her. She came running inside the house, white as a sheet. She sees more ghosts than me. She ain't scared of them, but she sure was scared of the skinwalker. I love your podcast. I'm a new listener. That's why I was trying to dial the number. Our bunk ass number, we don't have no more. I'm so sorry about that, Lily.
What I want to know is how many times did she call the number that our number that no longer
She
exists?
said something like 3 days she was trying.
Poor
What
lady.
is it that, man? I was like, come on,
Poor
no.
lady.
I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, our number does not work no more.
We still have it up, I think, all over the place.
Get rid of that
Yeah,
number, man. Shit.
I just gotta find everywhere it's at. So.
We just assumed nobody ever called anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think some people do. They're just like,
Yeah, I know.
fuck these motherfuckers. They ain't real anyway.
They probably do, yeah.
But my question is this: Native Americans got so many fucking badass. If you fuck with them, they're gonna curse you. You got the Wendigo coming at you.
Uh-huh.
You got this. Honestly, the Skinwalkers.
Oh yeah,
number 2 on their plate.
Yeah.
Hey, Ian.
That's okay. Yeah, since you bring it up. Thank you, Jazz. I was
You're
about
welcome.
to. The whole reason I was looking forward to this segment so much is because I've heard mixed things. What exactly are skinwalkers? I heard that it was a demonic being, and that even saying the name will draw them to you, and basically end up however that ends up.
Okay, well,
How does it end up?
a Wendigo,
I
you
don't
know
know.
where a Wendigo came from was and I think-
Cannibalism, right?
That is, but it was a curse that they put on you.
Okay.
Same way as the Skinwalkers.
Mhm.
You take my land, you're gonna be fucked if you live there. So that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
They put these curses on these lands that okay, you got our land, and you're moving us to this shitty fucking reservation.
Yeah.
Promised us all this water and mountains, and you know, we got hills and ponds that are full of, you know, fucking venomous snakes and shit. You know, they, you know, seriously, Native Americans got, you know, a raw deal. You know, they did. You know, and why they wouldn't do something like this is like, you know, I guess I understand. My question is, what if they had a bracket? You know, like, here it is, the Mexicans with their
like on what is it, celebrity death punch or death match? But instead it's like the never mind, go ahead.
We got, you know, the Mexicans with their
Chupacabra.
So we got that's one of them.
La Llorona.
We got La Llorona, and then we got
the Chusa,
and then there's the other one, and then we have
the Chupacabra.
The Chupacabra. I'm like facing off against the Wendigo, the Skinwalker. And believe it or not, they have this man-eating owl that's supposed to be bigger than a human. And I was like, wow, it's easy. You put the Chupacabra against but I was like, we ain't gonna last a minute.
I think we'll put up a good fight, but I don't know. Those ones are scary.
They're just gonna be whistling.
Listen, we wouldn't lose, but we'd go down swinging. They'd know about us. They'd feel it.
What is the lechusa? I mean, what is lechusa? Just gonna get the head bit off, and then he's gonna spit it out. And like, that's a witch's head. Why did I do that? You know?
Hey, we've seen La Llorona the movie. She's fierce.
Okay,
she's
what is
strong
she gonna do against a Wendigo, man?
Bust a teardrop?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wendigo will be like, man, I can't take this nagging anymore.
yeah.
Let's head back up into the hills, man. Chupacabra, what the fuck is that gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I just want you to watch me. I'm gonna bite this animal right in the ass and suck its blood. Watch me. And then there it is. The Skinwalker just gonna be watching like, man, what the fuck?
Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. And I'm fucking around. I'm gonna pay for that later, man. So I'm fucking. The truth is, gonna visit me, man. You son of a bitch.
There's only people flying around the house right now a little bit when we're leaving.
Fucking grab you by your shoulders and take off.
I'd like to see you carry me away. Like 30 of them.
That's like 2, right? On each shoulder.
They're dropping them. Hey, give me help, man.
Tell the Wendigo to help.
The Wendigo's so bad, right? I'll take care of it for you. He's lifting me up, right? Ready? You got enough people under you? Like, man, I was on your side. Why you gotta do that?
Why you gotta be like that?
The Navajo one, and I gotta say this too, because like the Navajo, they have a spiritual healer, which is for good. They're the spiritual healers from the Navajo tribe. That's what they do. Then they have a Navajo witch, where they say that's where that's coming from, is from the Skinwalkers. I couldn't tell you where the Wendigos were, but I do know that once people got fucked over when they took over the land, it's like, all right, bitch, you want this land? You got it. Here's a Wendigo for you too. Not only that, I'm gonna leave you 2 of them.
Well, yeah, that's kind of cool.
How you can have an owl bigger than you?
Yeah.
That's scary shit, man.
Man.
Big eyes alone just looking at you. Yes, sir.
Man, I've seen.
Give me some bird seeds.
What do you think Mothman? Do you think Mothman is like
That's prophecy.
like
I don't know.
He's all prophecy. But I don't know. Maybe he's got something to do. I'm not gonna
like
connect
what do you
them.
think is okay? So you
Their
said
origin? Or-
yeah.
I don't know. That's true.
I'm gonna look it up. If it's Native Americans, I'm gonna be pissed too. They got all the good players.
Yeah, they do. They
Fucking trying to become the Lakers and shit. Fuck that.
They come up with a super team.
Yeah,
That's
you know.
not fair.
At least the Spurs don't have to buy. We make. Starting at right guard, then they choose. What can he do there? 3-pointer.
Yeah, that's not a fair fight at all, man.
How are you gonna have? You just go out for a watch, right? It's like, Mom, you left your watch outside? I'll get it for you. You go outside, and then there's a fucking skinwalker chasing your ass, coming at you.
Oh, man.
Dude, I would have shit my pants. I wouldn't know what to do. I was just like, and run inside, because that is some scary shit. And I looked that shit up in North Carolina. They're everywhere.
Really?
They're everywhere.
I always see some, like, on TikTok. Of course, everything's on TikTok, but obviously, like, some of them are like, come on, you expect us to believe that?
Yeah.
But some of them, I'm like, they look pretty crazy.
That's crazy. There's a lot of garbage out there, too.
You're trying to have your Christmas party, and here comes the Wendigo, man. Yeah, like, y'all got pigs in the blanket. I'll be good if y'all have them. We don't make them on Christmas. That's it, man. That's it. You
Yeah,
pig in my blanket
sacrifice.
right there. So, pig in the blanket is great to make on those days. So, thank you so much for that last one, Lily. That was great. We're clowning around a lot, but man, that is scary too, man.
Yeah, it is.
Please don't send a Wendigo to my house. Dude. And Chupacabra, what the fuck can that do, man? He's just sucking on goats. You're drinking a goat, looking at me like, hey, what's up, man? There's a Wendigo after me. Well, you're on your own. I'm getting full off of this fucking goat. Fuck you.
You got any extra cabrito over there? So you can get a little off, man.
Oh, shit. Thank you so much for that, Lily.
Hey, is it Uber time?
It's Uber time.
Yes.
When you need a ride, when every second counts, where mints and bottled water are always free, there's only one guy to call. Uber Dave. Time to Uber it.
So, as you know, I haven't done Uber in a number of years already, but I did do it for a little bit, and of course this is pre-COVID. And I do still have stories that I can share, so that's what I'm doing today. Sorry, I didn't mean to start off like that, but anyway. Yeah. So, I was doing this one morning, and it was like early in the morning. I think I started off like around 8 o'clock or something like that. I get a call to go pick somebody up. I go out to this. This is an old lady. She had a doctor's appointment. She was really old, probably like, I don't know, 90s or something like that. Man,
damn,
she could barely walk. She had one of those walker things too, like with the little tennis balls on the end.
You see dust fall off her every time she slammed it down.
I thought you meant off of her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every time she slammed down the walker, just dust fall off.
Off of her, yeah.
Pieces
off
of
her,
skin and everything else. Like, I'm losing myself every time I walk.
She could barely walk though. She was like super slow. First off, I mean, and that's the thing though. You want to hurry up and hustle. You want to get to your next, So she's just going really slow. She talked a lot of Spanish too. So, and I don't know Spanish that well. Which is not the greatest combination. You're like, mijo, ven pa acá, ven, like to put her walker away, like try to help her get it, because I got a Suburban. It's kind of high for her. So she was complaining about the whole time. She kept complaining about, she had to climb to get up to, get in the Suburban, and her leg hurts and this and that, and her back and spine. Yeah, I did. I had to help her a little bit. And
did you put your hand on her sweet ass?
Oh god! No, I was afraid.
Some little buns, but I got dust on my hand.
I thought about this story that who told us, was it
Gilbert?
Oh god, yes, right. It was Gilbert that said, "Oh, so gross." But somebody, he used to work at an old folks home. I'm sorry, I'm switching gears here, but this is just an ugly story, and it kind of goes hand in hand with this. But well, not hand in hand, but it kind of goes along the same way. But
related.
He used to work with the old folks in the old folks home, but he said some lady fell forward or something. Oh, she was trying to fight him. She was being, real belligerent with him. She was trying to fight him, and he held her arms just to keep her from, because she lunged forward, and he was trying to keep her from hitting her. But I think she fell forward, and he grabbed her by the arms to hold her by her wrist, kind of. Oh my God! But when she fell forward, the skin tore. So her skin just went up like a sleeve.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, that's so gross. But anyway, That was just horrible. Anyway, so when you said that, I was like, oh, no.
nasty.
That was horrible. But he said her skin on both of her arms,
Is that what happens when
they
you
rolled
turn
up.
lady, man? You just get skin that roll up on your ass?
Skin
man?
just gets that thin.
Skinwalkers, man.
Yeah, she was so she was a skinwalker. It's horrible.
Is it not?
Yeah, right. That was that's pretty much on par. No, but anyway, so this other lady, I helped her get in the car. I put her walker thing in the back and all that. And anyway, so all the drive over, she's talking to me in Spanish. I don't know what she's saying. She's going on and rambling and cussing, and she's mad about everything. Just she hated life basically. And I guess at 90, what more do you have to look forward to anyway? So I can understand her hating life. I mean, but so anyway, we get there, and
Where was she going?
she had to go to a doctor's appointment. It was yeah, exactly. Yeah, so she had to go to
daily doctor appointment.
Yeah.
90, yeah.
And she's like, mijo, you're nice and stuff. You're gonna be here when I come back. When I get out, I'm like, I can't sit here and wait. But so if you call me, whatever, we'll see. Anyway, but it turned out I did get her also coming back, and so I had to listen to her all the way back home. Just complaining and nagging and stuff. Anyway, she gets out.
Their finger in my butt.
Hey, that happened to you? He put it in my butthole. And I'm like, oh, God, lady.
He had long fingers. How about the Spurs?
That was horrible. No, but she, anyway, when she, I'm dropping her off, I dropped her off like at HEB, and I was, from there, she's like, you gonna wait? And I'm like, I ain't waiting, I gotta go. But as she's getting off at HEB, I had to go to the back of the Suburban to get her walker, and I come back and she's just standing there like on the floor. Her panties were down. They fell down.
Oh my God.
They just fell down. She's like, "Pues válgame, mira," She just like she didn't even care. Just like she didn't say nothing. And honestly, she just stepped out of them. She did. She just stepped out of them and just left them there and just like, like. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Did this really just happen?
Going commando,
Because she had like one of those old nightgowns that people, a lot of older folks wear to bed, but she's just wearing that to go to HEB.
Did you pick them up?
No, I didn't touch them.
Later.
I didn't touch. I left them there too. I was like, I'm going. I gotta go. But I just gave her a walker. I'm like, yes, ma'am, I should be here when you get, man. I made sure I went to a totally different area, so if they call me, I won't go again, man.
Not go to Mandy's side, yeah.
And what was weird also, I was thinking, like they usually ride on those Via bus things, those that take the old folks around too. Those
yeah.
Because I think they drive them around free. That's why I was like, why are you using an Uber, lady? But unless maybe she didn't qualify or something, I don't know. But
everybody on Via is tripping over panties.
But maybe that too. Maybe she dropped them before, and that's they just told her. Yeah. But anyway, so that was that. It wasn't that big a deal, but it just that was kind of crazy. I thought, man, are you the man? I was like, no, I'm not helping you, lady. So anyway, so she dropped her panties and she kept going. Just said, I'm going shopping. Huh? No, I don't remember if I got a tip or not, but
that should have been a $20 tip.
Right? No kidding, man. I didn't want nothing to do with that. But anyway, I just sped out of there, and I went, like I said, to the other side of town.
Carrying sticks or something like those grabbers.
Oh,
yeah. Señora, I got your chones.
Mira los chones.
Ay, con permiso, gracias. My wife's coming up. Do we say Merry Christmas or do we say Happy Holidays?
Merry Christmas.
That's what I'm talking about. You see that?
That's a good old American right there.
That's all American right there. I'm proud to be American right there. Yeah. Happy fucking Merry Christmas. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm proud to be
Happy Holidays, my ass.
At least I know
That's what I'm talking about. Lee Greenwood, that's my boy. Would Lee Greenwood say Happy Holidays? Hell no, he wouldn't. Lee Greenwood would say Merry Christmas. And that's what I'm saying to y'all. Look at. No, you say it too. Say it now.
In a drunken New Year.
Oh, we're just kidding, though. We're having so much fun, Dave.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun, yeah. And man, if you guys again tell your friends, man, share it with everybody that you know. Tell them that we've got
RMP is back.
Yeah, RMP has 8 episodes now out over the past 5 years.
Yeah, not only that though, just do not use that number, please.
Don't call the number. Another year gone by. I guess so. This is it.
Yes. Nothing more. I thought we had more. No,
that's it.
That's everything.
No, did you miss the Skinwalker story again?
Wait, yeah. When did that happen? I was waiting for that. No, yeah.
But I was gonna say you can listen to us on all these things, but y'all know where you can listen to us.
Spotify, YouTube, Instagram someday. Who knows?
Yeah,
we're on Instagram.
We are on it. We do have an Instagram page.
We're on all platforms, and we're just happy to serve. Every time we get a moment to do this, we're all happy to do it, and we really are. And thank you all so much for listening. And where else?
YouTube.
I was just trying. Stitcher.
I was trying to throw it in between, like in your pauses.
Radio.
Pandora Radio.
What's the green one?
FM.com.
Get them too.
WordPress,
Something way off, man.
It is on our website. Yeah. Tumblr. Yeah.
Oh my god. But no, it's always awesome to do these shows, and
anyhow, so please leave a story. You can email us rigormortisparanormal@gmail.com, or just visit us online, rigormortisparanormal.com. Or what else we got? Is that it? That's everything?
Like, comment, and subscribe if you like us, whatever format you're watching this on, and tell a friend if you like this.
Please remind them about the number.
Oh, the number. We do not have a number anymore.
So don't call it.
Please don't call it.
But Kory, anything. All right.
Merry Christmas.
A bad rash story? Nothing?
No.
Not today. All right. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening, and
Merry Christmas!
And happy holidays. And a happy New Year.
Ho, ho, ho.